Hello and welcome to another exciting week of Upward Basketball here at Calera Baptist Church. My name is Jack Harrington and I have a son that's playing. In fact, this is his third year to play Upward here. First, I want to say thank you for allowing us to spend time with your children every week. Our coaches are enjoying spending time with your child every week as they teach them truly important values of life. They're teaching them about Jesus, about being a part of something bigger than themselves. They're teaching them how to be part of a team. And oh yeah, a little bit of basketball and cheerleading is thrown in there as well. It's halftime and your young athletes have gone back to rest for a minute and their coaches are sharing the love of Jesus with them for just a few minutes before they come back out to play in the second half. Today I have the distinct pleasure of taking just a few minutes to talk with you about something that I am convinced will be life-changing if we will apply this to our lives. Have you ever wondered why grapes in the supermarket are so different than the ones on the vine? Grapes on the vine are smaller and sweeter. Grapes in the supermarket are fatter and full of water and other stuff that the world has added to them to make them more appealing. Grapes in the supermarket are bigger and changed by the world, while a grape on the vine is just as God intended it to be. You know, the world will try to change us, try to separate us from God and do things to us to make us more appealing to the world. But that's not at all how God intended it to be. In the New Testament book of John, in chapter 15, we find Jesus, who I believe completely and fully without reservation to be the Son of God, creator of the universe and everything in it. Jesus says in John 15, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does not bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful. You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Remain in me as I also remain in you. A branch cannot bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. I am the vine and you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. If you do not remain in me, you are like a branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked up and thrown into a fire and burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish and it'll be done. This is to my Father's glory, that you bear much fruit, showing yourselves to be my disciples. As the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Now remain in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commands and remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete." In this passage, the word remain is used 11 times. In 8 verses, the word remain is used 11 times. In any book, when you see the same word over and over again, it's probably pretty important. So what does it mean to remain? What does this word remain mean? Now, I don't want to get too churchy, bore you with a bunch of seminary words. So let's just say that the word remain here means to stay. So if we stay connected to Jesus, our joy will be complete. That's an amazing illustration of God's love for us. Just like a grape on a vine that is sweet and juicy and tastes just as God intended, but separated from the vine, the grape gets pumped full of water and stuff and eventually becomes a raisin. So the bottom line is that if we remain or stay connected to God, our joy will be complete. We're still going to have troubles. Joy does not mean happiness, but I challenge you to stay connected to the true vine. So what does it look like to remain in him? How do we realistically stay connected to God? First, ask. Jesus tells us that anyone who calls upon the name of the Lord will be saved. That simply means that Jesus has done the work. Jesus has paid the price. He invites us all to stay connected to the vine. Next, seek. Pray. Spend time with God. Read the Bible. The gardener spends time tending to the vineyard. Spend time with God. Finally, knock. Have community. Have fellowship. Have fun. Be around those who are connected to the vine. This church would love to get you involved, and we can show you how to have that community and fellowship to remain. If you want to know more about how to remain in the vine, there are people all over this building today that would love to help you get planted in the vineyard. Please find me, find the folks on the stage making the announcements, find your coach, or the ladies and gentlemen in the concession area. And as we leave here today back into the world that will try to change us to look like them, I challenge you to remain, to stay connected to Jesus. If we remain connected to him, we will have joy. As we go, please know that you never go alone, but that our living Lord goes before us. May he go above you to watch over you, behind you to encourage you, beside you to befriend you, within you to give you peace, and before you to show you his way now and forevermore. Amen.